Tag is now in theaters, and it got mixed reviews, just saying that right off the bat, because I kind of went into it with mixed thoughts as well, because when I saw the trailer, I was like, this is either going to be a good comedy, or this is going to be the type of film that I regret watching. So, going into this film, I felt mixed, just like the reviews. And I'm happy to say I was surprised by this film. This is a film that had a style of like Guy Ritchie's Sherlock Holmes, in that when characters are doing something, you can literally hear what they're thinking as they're about to do it, and it's hilarious. The humor in this film really worked for me, for the most part. For every 10 jokes that they said, there was at least 5, I'd say, that worked for me, and that's enough, you know, because they say 1 out of 10 jokes are gonna land, and if 5 land, that's even better. So this film's humor worked for me. It wasn't too raunchy, in that you can't show this to someone that's like, I hate raunchy humor. You can still show it to them. It's just there is some raunchy humor, but it's not overbearing. If you don't like raunchy humor, which is fine if you don't, but I'm just saying it's not that bad. As well as this is a film that is very fast-paced. It moves very briskly. It's harmless entertainment, but it's also just interesting to see these characters that you don't get much development from them in terms of why they started the game. You get a little bit of exposition, but my point is that you don't really care that there isn't much written about them, because you see their chemistry, you see how they talk to each other, and it's so good to see that. It works so well, and you're just like, you know what? I buy that for $1. That works. And these are characters that you can get on board with. They're energetic, and you know, I liked them. I found them very entertaining. You have Jake Johnson, Jon Hamm, Ed Helms. Ed Helms is the best he's been in years. I mean, besides the first Hangover, what was the last time he was good in something? I don't know. It's been a while. So that's what I'm saying. Ed Helms, like, his style of acting usually isn't utilized fully, and in this film I thought it was utilized correctly. I also like the fact that this was based on a true story, and that at the end of the credits you can actually see the real life people as they're doing the stuff that you see in the film, and it's like, dang, that happened. It's like, wow. So it's a very funny film that has a story that you would think isn't actually something that happened, but when you find out it actually did, it's like, it makes it all the more worth watching. And Jeremy Renner also was just so much, and he was so enjoyable to watch. Breathless almost, just with his style, and he was just perfect in this role. I like him to begin with, but in this film especially, his comedic timing, which is something that I never really knew he had, to see it actually work in this film, it was kind of like, hey, you know, someone always has something that it's like, I didn't know they had it. Like Jonah Hill, who would have thought that he had dramatic chops in like The Wolf of Wall Street and Moneyball, but he had that. It's like Jeremy Renner actually has comedic chops, so props to him. In terms of negatives, this film does kind of have that final act of getting serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't really balanced. Like, you have the first 2/3, you know, the usual first 2/3 where it's just very fast-paced, very humorous, lots of laughs to be had. And then the final act, it tries to put in some, like, heavy stuff, and it's kind of like, I don't necessarily know if that works. As well as the fact that I don't know if it's the theater experience where it's like, hey, I'm enjoying this film because, you know, I'm seeing this for the first time, and I don't know, I personally don't know if the second time I see it, if it'll be as funny. You know, that's the thing with comedy. Sometimes a comedy, the first time you see it, it's funny. The second time, it's like, doesn't affect me as much. But that's a negative, because you never really know. Like, that's the thing with comedies. It's a state of, over time, will it age well? And who knows, this film might age well for me, it might not. But nonetheless, for now, Tag for me is a good, enjoyable, blockbuster comedy that works. And I'm happy to say Tag gets a 4 to 5 star rating for me, which, you know, for a comedy is a good high rating for me. So check out Tag if you get a chance, and don't forget the subscription, notification bell, and catch you guys later.